And good evening. My name is Drago, and this is the best of the good life. I'd love to welcome you to an incredible show. Today, we are going to be talking to all tech savvies. Now, if you're a technology lover, I'm telling you, we'll have a treat tonight. I'm discussing with an OB of mine who is a self-dedicated manager of his own company. You know, they say a perfect design takes dedication and a lot of coffee. I'm sure this guy took a lot of coffee. But keep on following our social media outlets by going on Chilling UBC TV on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Now, this gentleman is not only a manager somewhere, but he's also the CEO of Swipe to Pay. I know you guys have seen it somewhere. Now, this is more of, how can I say, it's more of a solution, you know, that was developed for SMAs. Those are small to medium enterprises, you know, to help them figure out their financial problems, or if they need to make payments somewhere regarding credit and maybe something to do with also mobile money and all that. Now, one challenging thing I know about this that he faced is convincing Ugandans to bring their money and put it in something that is so local. You know, most of them have this notion of believing that it's only foreign solutions that can work out things, especially when it comes to finances. Faced with a challenge, but ready to, you know, to battle it out, is my guest, Solomon. And Solomon, welcome to the show.
Thank you,
I took a lot of time mumbling there because I feel like I had to do this introduction.
You sold it like I would sell it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it, and I think you touched on every little bit of it. Yeah.
Let's go back.
Yeah.
I mentioned that you're my OB.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's been a long time.
Let's talk about that school. Old Kampala. All started from there.
That's when life started happening.
I met you around which class?
Form 5.
Form 5.
That's 2009.
You know, something very fascinating is that I never saw you leaning into that direction. What exactly happened? Because I thought you were a low kind of person.
Technically, I had a line I dropped for myself. I always thought I was going to go to law school, graduate, go to the barracks, sign up for the military, and be a military lawyer. But then there's something they usually say, life is what happens. No, I mean, life is what happens when you're busy planning other things. Yeah. So I would say life happened.
You okay?
Yeah, so I think I was sold or bought into tech in a way. So I would say I was doing my second year at law school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I did internship with a tech company in Mienga. Back then it was called Mountbatten. Do you remember a solution called Core Connect?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we built Core Connect at Mountbatten.
Really?
So I get in these guys like are talking about all these fancy things that I've never heard about, all those fancy programming languages, and it piqued my interest. So I started like writing down every little thing they were talking about. Then Google started happening, YouTube started happening. Yeah. Watch videos day in, day out, and that's how I got into technology. So they gave me a very fancy salary. Yeah. So I asked for a dead year for the first time, asked for a second one, then left school and started doing tech full time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all this love and desire started from university, way after university?
During university time, because I was at law school back then, so 2 years in, then I got internship with a tech company. So mindset change started happening for me, because I started seeing guys build things from scratch, from writing one single line of code.
So in all this process, your parents' expectations, where were they? What did they expect you to turn out?
So I think my dad has always had like a hands-off approach towards education. As long as he gave you tuition, go in, do your stuff. Yeah.
As long as you're educated.
I mean, as long as he wants you to be successful. Education is just one way towards success. So we've been told. But I mean, there's literally nowhere you go to your parent at 2 years in. You know how African parents are. 2 years in, spent more than 10, 12 million on you at uni. Then you tell him, man, you know what? I think I want to study technology now. It's kind of hard, so I just had to like go about it my own way. He hated me for some time, but then when he started seeing stuff happening, then he started talking again.
Stuff happening, that means paper coming.
not really, but anyone who has a child or anyone who has had a child before, they know when their child is onto something, it gets quite interesting for them also. If you hear people talking nice things about your child, At some point, you also start listening. You're like, yeah, maybe he's onto something. Then we start figuring things out together.
So you happen to mention something very interesting. You got dead years.
Yeah, two.
When two of them.
Yeah.
When you're still at campus.
Yeah.
Did you finally? Did you finish up with that, or
No.
you it's another chapter?
I tell people I'm a law school dropout.
Really?
Yeah, so I believe school
With
is.
how many years?
I'm 20. I'm making.
No,
28.
with how many years in school?
2.
After 2 years.
Yeah,
and
after
then
2
you
years of
dropped.
uni, I dropped.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Your parents must have been mad then.
I mean,
when you did that.
he hated me a lot, like a lot.
So now, this whole idea of wanting to come up with your own, because I believe you're working with that factory, that company you said before.
Yeah.
The idea of wanting to emerge and starting from scratch and starting something on your own, where did it come from?
I mean, I think it's been like a long journey for me. I always believed in autonomy. Even back home, if I was going to do something and you told me to do it, I wouldn't do it. I want to come out on my own and do something. So like 6-7 months into working with this company I used to work with, I didn't like the fact that I was supposed to be at work at 8 in the morning even if I didn't have anything to do at office. So cut the story short, I left the company, left with 2 clients. I'm sorry to say this on camera. So left with 2 clients, started my own web development firm. I used to sit in a UL house in Uma. It worked well for some time, but then it failed. Because being able to build tech is one thing, but also running this as a sustainable business is a totally different thing. So for me, it was in for with the talent, I can actually build stuff, I can get stuff done, but I can't run this as a business over and over again.
Yeah.
So it failed. I started another company. So now I started venturing into fashion.
Why wouldn't you work with agents then?
I don't know. I mean, I was a 21, 22-year-old trying to make money. So these are things I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I had the brain I had right now, I think I would be overly successful right now. I mean, and also it's a process. You literally can't bang onto everything and you know it on one go. It's been like a freaking hot journey for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I disrespect the word. I don't like the word luck or he's lucky or whatever. Because I believe if anybody says that, they're disrespecting your hard work.
You know, they say it's when opportunity meets what?
So that company failed, started another one. So it was called Siliconware. So making fashion line for people in technology.
Yeah.
That failed.
Yeah.
Stumbled upon another one called Lost and Found. So it was an app for people to upload things they pick up. So I pick your passport, I'm never going to use it. So I had a platform for that. Because I lost keys, I thought somebody might pick them, they don't know what to do with them. That's a solution that didn't even work at all.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to market, I didn't know how to sell, no whatever. Failed. Did a very interesting one called Yoza.
Yeah.
So Yoza was a much more convenient way of accessing laundry services straight from your location. It was more like an Uber for dirty laundry.
Yeah.
You're at your kafunda at home sleeping. You have like a pile of laundry.
That was you?
Yeah, that was me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it came from somewhere. It's more like a gradual process.
Yeah,
It came from somewhere.
Yeah.
So here you come with Swipe to Pay.
Yeah.
Now, banks are doing a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what is exactly lacking, especially when it comes to companies that are a small scale, 1 to 5?
Yeah.
And them getting credits and convincing banks to give them loan. What exactly is happening there?
I think I'll start with one statement. In the near future, not far from now, banking is going to be relevant, but banks are not going to be. So we look at it this way. So let's start with the SMEs. On the SME side, SMEs still contribute over 60% of GDP in an emerging market.
Exactly.
And more than 60% of employment. Yeah. But everybody coming up, building payment platforms, building solutions, no one has SMEs at the back of their mind. They build tools for very fancy restaurant like this one. I can come, pay with my card and leave. I can pay with mobile money because MTN has Momo Pay. But none of these tools have been built ground up for SMEs to accept any other mode of payment other than cash.
Yeah.
So how we're doing it with Swipe to Pay is we start from the side of streamlining their business processes. So if you can know how much you have in your shop at any point, that means you know when to stock, you know how much money you're going to make. Get to money. Now we facilitate payments. So we democratize payments for them. We make it easy for them to accept mobile money and Visa on top of their inventory. So now we want to use this data to check whether they're credit worthy or not. So currently, if I have a small business, say a Rolex stand or a retail shop, and I want to get a loan from a bank or a microfinance, it's not going to take me less than 4 weeks, not less than 4 weeks. Minimum 4, can even go to 2 months. That's scouting, that back and forth, pictures in front of your shop. They want to know it's yours. But at the core of it all, this person is making money every day, but these people are not listening. They want collateral, they want credit history. Okay. These people don't even know how to do finance. They've never had no books of accounts if there's any at all. So for us, we're like trying to streamline business performances, facilitate payments on top of that, then do credit scoring against your business performance data. Because you're literally trying to get a loan against your business. Yeah. That time spent with banks trying to scout back and forth is costly for the business. First, you want to grow very fast. You want to stock sugar at that point because you know people in your area want sugar. You don't want 7 weeks back and forth just to find money to get a bag of sugar.
So these companies or these ventures, these small enterprises, definitely they have to have somebody that knows how to use a smartphone.
Yeah.
That's one of the requirements.
So I mean, we've gotten to a point where smartphones are becoming cheaper by day. We have new entrants in the market almost every day.
And the access to the smartphone, do you think it's spreading out?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that my dad can now WhatsApp me.
That's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, I go to the retail shop around my area. Yeah. Sometimes I first actually send the lady a message. Man, get me a kilo of sugar, I'm coming to pick it. So by the time I get there, it's already whatever the weight, she just gives me and I give her money. But what happens to a point when I don't have cash on me? I can't pay her with mobile money. I can't pay her with card. So I have to take a border, go withdraw money, then come back. All of that time is time wasted for a business and you as a person.
Okay, let me try to understand this. How is an idea so different from just a business venture? When you're starting up this Swipe to Pay, was it just a solid idea or is it more of a business venture? You just wanted to make money and...
So I would say, I'll start with also saying nothing really comes out fully formed. So the way I started Swipe to Pay was out of a challenge I was seeing. So I was sitting at a space called Hive Collab in Kamocha. It's a co-working space. And these guys that used to deliver water every day. And when the owner wasn't around, these guys weren't getting paid in time. They had to wait until the accountant has gone somewhere. So what I wanted to solve at first was, if I deliver water, how easy can I get paid, whether the owner is available or not? Yeah. So I started with NFC cards. So they're like near field communication cards. So business will give, so Jibu Water will give a card to let's say BMK Cafe. Then when water is brought, they'll just tap, and whoever is in charge of accounting receives a push notification on their phone to authorize the payment. Yeah, so that for me that was the basic thing. Yeah, but then when I dug into what I'm trying to solve, there was more to it than just payments. Yeah, there was inventory management, there was sales and expenses management, there's employee management, there's customer management. So these are all things that are available in the market, but they're either for big enterprises or online businesses. But the offline merchants that still contribute to 90% of Africa's commerce do not have these tools available for them. Okay. Yeah, so I started like doing as much research as possible to make sure we bring these tools closer to SMEs. So it was an idea, but then when I dug deep into it, I saw it as a business for me, but also as a solution to SMEs. Okay, Solomon,
we are going to take a break, and when we return, we are going to be talking some more a lot about this. You know, some of the lay people that are watching, they're like, maybe we're speaking French or we're talking Chinese. Yeah. We are going to be segmenting all this in a way that you can actually digest and get away with something. So when we return, we're also going to talk about the cohort, the Google Launchpad that happened in Lagos, and what fruitful things came out of that. He's a happy man. He's a happy man to tackle that topic. Please don't go anywhere. Stick with us. But Solomon, I have a meal here presented before you. Some golden fish fingers that's now patched on a bed of vegetable, on a bed of salad. That's a fruit salad. That's avocado salad.
Anything with avocado, anything with salad. I want to go that direction. I'm
Dive
trying to
in.
lose all this fat.
Dive in.
All right.
Take a bite.
Oh.
You're not even using a tool. I
Boss,
like this.
boss.
Ooh. Let me test this.
Test of life.
Because I swear to God, there was no way you were going to eat this alone.
This is a test of life. Mm-hmm. Can you do cheers on fish fingers?
Forever. Over the years, we have been able to see all kinds of innovations and changes on the internet. And Solomon is here using internet as an impact, of change in society, which is an incredible thing. So, Solomon, still regarding your company, Stripe to Pay, how hard has it been or easy convincing a typical Ugandan to get their money and affiliate with your company? Because I understand it hasn't been that easy.
Yeah.
Because most of them have this sense of believing in foreign
Yeah.
solutions,
So I mean, I think it also speaks to you as a person or every typical Ugandan. We always want to have that buy-in. We want to have that very first person. So we go through like a whole series of mindset changing. But usually what brings people to you or any solution is people knowing you care about them, but also identifying that one typical problem they face on a daily. So if I'm a business owner and every day I miss out money on from mobile money payments or Visa payments, I'll start caring. If I don't know how much money I have in inventory and you tell me you have a solution for that on a snap, I'll start listening. So I mean, we're not yet there yet, but we're going through like that series of mindset change, making sure people actually get onto this. And we've been able to serve more than 750 merchants now on our platform, and growing drastically. But I mean, we will get there with the right incentives built into the platform.
That's a great number.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a great number. So, how does a typical Swipe to Pay user look like?
Yeah, so we look at small and medium enterprises in that deal in fast-moving consumer goods. So this is across wholesale, retail, and distribution. So this is your typical person you buy sugar from. I don't know whether you buy from the retail shop you buy from, but a person who has sack of sugar there, Timako, then. So those are the people that we look at. These are people that are not that nobody's caring about to build solutions for. These are people that we're focusing on. Yeah.
So, is your company fully registered?
Yeah, we're a fully registered company.
Because that looks like a cliche question, but
Yeah, I mean,
anybody would want to.
you don't want to operate illegally,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, you're into transactions, you're dealing with people's money. If you go AWOL, people need to be protected. Yeah.
Now, how did you actually package this Swipe to Pay for these small businesses? How did you package it?
Packaging, you mean like how is?
Yeah, how does it function?
Yeah, so Swipe to Pay is available now on Google Play Store, available for Android phones right now.
Yeah.
So you get in just these words,
Yeah.
swipe number to pay.
Yeah.
So when we only want like 2 things from you: your email address, 3 things: your email address, phone number, and your password.
Okay.
Yeah. So all you do when you get on is add all the items you have in your shop onto Swipe to Pay.
Okay.
So then when Ibra comes to buy, if Solomon comes to buy sugar, you start choosing from whatever you're selling. So what do you want? 2 kilograms of sugar, this.
Swipe to the left.
Exactly. So you either pay with cash, card, or mobile money. Yeah. So if it's cash, so your transaction is recorded. If it's mobile money, you enter Drago's phone number. Drago is asked to enter his PIN on his phone. One-step checkout. So no *185 and all that. And we do it across 3 networks: MTN, Airtel, and M-Pesa.
Wow.
Yeah. So no one is going to give you a solution.
So the
that's
app
across.
is free?
Yeah, the app is free. Just go in, get it, start using it.
Do we have any for iOS?
iOS is coming, but the market is still predominantly Android. So that's why we're focusing our energies that side. Yeah.
Especially the African market. It's predominantly
Yeah.
Android. Yeah, so tell me about the experience when you went for this cohort
Google Developer Launchpad.
Yeah.
Wow. So for me, this was one of the best experiences to ever happen to me as a businessman, and I take pride in calling myself a businessman now, because at first many of us who build apps or build solutions for emerging markets. We just build and push out. Yeah, but there's a lot of things that we never put our focuses on. So when we went into Launchpad literally tore us from inside out.
Yeah.
So it's more like expose everything that you have internally as a company, then help you streamline processes for each and every bit of the company. So how do you get a feature built? How do you approach customers? How do you market to them? How do you keep them engaged? How do you make sure they never leave the platform? So these are things that we know exist but never really think about. We don't even know where to start. And Google Developer Launchpad actually helped us get started with just that. And also the fancy bit about it is you come back home with $10,000 from Google.
Wow.
You get Google on your website.
Yeah.
So if I'm to like direct you to our website, if Google trusts us to work with us to solve problems in emerging markets, then you will trust to work with us if you're a local company. Exactly. So
because Google is the master.
yeah,
Google
and also like so Google has that whole pool of entrepreneurs across sub-Saharan Africa, solving communities.
How many
toughest
countries were
challenges.
involved in this?
So there were around 8 countries. So, there are 8 countries with 12 companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we are the only company.
Yours?
Yours. I mean, ours was the only company from Uganda.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Was it the other year that another company was there?
Yeah, we had Teheka there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a company that helps expectant mothers prepare for the time they go to the labor ward.
Okay.
Yeah, we are the only Ugandan company in this cohort.
I mean, that's huge.
It's really great to have a company like Google believe in
you being your company, having your company affiliate with Google.
Exactly.
It's already a step ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. So how have you managed to keep your head high in this, in this overflowed market of apps? And, there are a lot of apps that are coming up, including, the one we used to get on borders.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention that. But I mean, there are so many apps. So how have you managed to beat this whole...
The day you step up and cover yourself as an app, you're going to be treated as an app. So if you continue treating yourself as a solution, then the right people are going to start listening. So for us, it's literally serving our customers better, making sure they get the value they always look for in solutions. If they can't buy a POS machine, can they get the same exact value on a POS machine right onto their device? So for us, it's literally building incentives, building new features every day, engaging them on a daily, make sure they actually are getting value out of this. Is what keeps us afloat and growing. But also, as a founder or as a company, you need to step aside and try to understand the sector that you're trying to solve for. If you share yourself with that alone, then you will know how to package a solution for an SME. Yeah, so I'll know an SME, a typical SME won't have a smartphone, will not have an iPhone, they will not have a MacBook. So can I get this product onto a device that they have on a daily?
Okay.
Yeah, so like deep down dive into what SMEs stand for, how they operate on a daily, when do they stock, when do they manage their inventory, do they even keep books of accounts? Then if you understand that side, then you'll know how to package this.
No, because I see you're making all this easier for them. They don't even have to be with books or that, because every transaction that happens is recorded.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you personally, as Solo, what has been your target with this whole innovation? Personally, do you want to set a legacy? Do you want to start up? Are we looking at a young, who's the owner of this computer? Macintosh, who's the owner of that? A young Steve Jobs.
That's a very big shoe to fit in. Yeah. But for me, even before success, it's us as Africans or young Africans that are well placed to solve problems that we are facing as a country or as a continent. We don't want to wait for Uber to come in and solve the transport problem. We are well placed to solve that because we know our transport problems. I take a taxi, I take a border, I drive my car. That means I know all the problems attached to driving a car in Kampala. I don't want to wait for a company coming from the US to help me solve that. So for me, that's what drives me. I know I'm well placed to solve communities' most pressing challenges, but also make money as I do it. Because at the end of the day, I'm not standing as a charity organization. Yeah, I have to solve SME challenges. Yeah. If I do that very well, then I'll get paid for it.
Yeah. So you think most Ugandans are going to adapt to this?
I mean, the world is moving towards that.
They should wake up.
You can't force people to wake up suddenly, but it's a gradual process of letting them know you care about their problem, you know about their problem, and keep telling them how you are trying to solve their challenge. So currently, SMEs are still living below their full potential because of limited access to meaningful finance, both from banks and MFIs. And it's attributed to their informal way of operation.
So these are small to medium enterprises.
Yeah.
Because when somebody hears you say SMEs, they're like, what is it?
Small and medium enterprises. Or you're no more Kali.
Hey.
It can be a person who mows your lawn at home, a person who drives you on a border. They want to get paid.
Mama Fina, atunda vigundi
kukatali. Atunda mama Musa, mama ndibo na batunda ebintu ebyo. They want to streamline their business performances. Customer laganti osokola ABDNC. At the end of it all, teweta kakwea na kuwa chapa chokufuna loan from a bank.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
You're
And I was educated, I must say. I think I'm going to get my other phone, which is not this, because you haven't yet gotten one on Apple.
Not yet.
I get my Android and get this app.
Yeah.
You should also do the same. Please go and get yourself swipe to pay, and and adopt. I mean, go with that trend. Go with that trend. It's all over. Until next time, thank you very much for tuning in. This has been Chilling. I'm Drago, and this has been Solomon, the tech guy or the web designer. Bye.
Thank you.